Following his unanimous decision loss to Peyton Talbot at UFC 323, Henry Cejudo officially retired from MMA. Today, news broke that Henry has signed with Real American Freestyle Wrestling and is set to compete at RAF 6 on February 26th. His opponent has yet to be revealed. Last night, the grappling match between Arman Tsarukayn and Shara Bullet ended in a draw. Afterwards, in an interview with Red Corner MMA, Arman said, "It's okay. I knew it would be either me submitting him or a draw. There's no way I would have lost because I knew Shara would avoid all wrestling exchanges. It was the promotion's idea, but it was supposed to be longer. Shara wanted it to be 5 minutes. Then we managed to make it 6. My game plan was to make him tired first, then finish him. But he didn't actually wrestle. He was just standing on the ropes and defending. But he did his job 100%, and I underperformed a little bit. Of course, you can feel the size difference. The first time I tried to throw him, he fell over me because it felt a bit unusual. But guys my weight, I throw them with ease. But when he fell on top of me, I had to make adjustments. Yes, why not a rematch? It's good hype and people enjoy it. There's been a lot of media as if it were a UFC fight." Arman also discussed the idea of a grappling match with Islam Makhachev and explains why he doesn't think it would be possible. He said in the short term, this grappling match won't happen because Islam makes very big money in the UFC. I don't think anybody can afford paying him that amount of money. Conor McGregor posted a White House card promo video to his Instagram story. It says June 14th, 2026, The Return. Garry says the only way to silence his critics is by defeating Islam Makhachev, winning the welterweight title and becoming the #1 pound-for-pound fighter.
There's going to be no excuses from anyone on the planet. When I beat him, I have beaten the greatest pound-for-pound fighter on the planet right now. Your excuses are all finished. There's none. Don't look for them. Don't pick on them. I'll beat the #1 pound-for-pound on the planet. I'll beat a champion of the world. And then we can start the aggressive.
As well, like it's not small well.
No, he's a big dude.
You're like,
there's no excuses, none whatsoever.
No.
When I beat Islam Makhachev and I win the world title, there will be no excuses from anyone, anywhere on the planet. End of, done. They all look for something. They all want that claim, it was this, it was that. No, it couldn't have been you. It couldn't have been. That Ian's just better than you.
Israel Adesanya explains how he gauges distance and controls range in his fights.
Favorite look?
Ooh, I don't have a favorite one, but my basic, I start off fighting, when I start fighting, when I start fighting, I'm here. And then that's like my staple look. But then depending on the guy, when I start to push forward after I've hurt them, and I see like taking a back, you're going back, then I might start to like, okay, because I want to get closer, so I'll have my defense up. And I'll start to be here, like in mid-range, because I know I've hurt him. I know he's tired, you know? If I want to be defensive, I like to be here and just long range. I'll use my long guard. And it's sore on the shoulders, but that's how you have to work it. So that way you get the threshold, the lactic threshold to be able to hold your guard, like, because it's tiring. You try for a while, it's tiring, you know? Bro, exactly. Like, you feel it on your shoulders. So after a while, you have to like, okay, cool. Then I'm like, oh cool, I'm here, I got him now. Then I just change, I just mix it up. Pick 2 or 3 and you try it.
Alex Bejeda scores a 921 on a punching machine. Daniel Cormier says he got too arrogant in his rematch with John Jones, which ultimately led to him getting knocked out. He considers that the biggest regret of his MMA career. In a recent interview with Josh Thompson, DC said, in terms of one regret, it was the John Jones fight the second time. I was in shape, we were fighting, I was fighting really well. And then he kicked me in the body, right? I was like, okay. Then he tried to head kick me and I was like, nope. I started feeling so good that I lost focus, because now I'm being arrogant, talking to him, doing all those things when that was never me. I was always so locked in. That's why I was so good. I could wrestle, I could push at a very high pace, but I was always so f***ing locked in. When I was in there, bro, it was like tunnel vision. I didn't see anything. In between rounds, I would go to Bob Cook and Javier Mendez and say, did I win that round? They'd be like, you were on top of him for 4 minutes. How could you not know? But I was so locked and focused, I didn't even realize what was going on. But in that moment, I was talking shit to him. I'm pointing at him. I'm doing all kinds of stuff that was just not me. And then I got kicked in the head. If I could relive that, I would have stayed locked in and not taken my eye off the ball because he was just too good. I should have never did that. Khabib Nurmagomedov explains why he would never be friends with any of his former opponents.
Just to confirm that you're not friends with anybody you've competed against in the octagon after.
No, we have to be nice, but it's never gonna be friendly. But this guy tried to smash your face. How you gonna be friend with him?
No, I agree. Yeah.
It's like, it's different. Like in your game you guys play, in our game we fight. It's two different.
Khabib also addressed his retirement and the claims that he stepped away too early. He said the decision to retire was very clear for him, that he has no intention of returning, and that he still competes against world-class fighters in the gym.
When I see them pictures, well, when you see those pictures, do you ever think, you know, I'd like to get back in the ring one more time?
Get back where?
Pardon?
Octagon? You mean octagon?
Yes, the octagon.
No, honestly no, brother. Honestly, I'm about retirement. When I retired, I never think to coming back because it was very clear decision, very clear decision. Of course, sometimes I want to compete with high-level guys, but in my gym I have best fighters in the world. When I miss some competition, I go to the gym. I can find not only best guys in the division, I can find the best pound-for-pound guys in the world. And of course, I go and compete. This is in my blood. I love this. I love wrestling. I love competition. But going back to the cage, no.
Lerone Murphy reacts to being skipped over for a featherweight title shot. Even the champ Alexander Volkanovski called Murphy out over the summer. However, the UFC still ended up booking the rematch between Volk and Diego Lopez at UFC 325. Murphy admits that he initially felt disappointed when he saw the announcement.
To me about what went through your mind when that dropped.
Yeah, obviously I was very disappointed at the time, very disappointed and disheartened more so, because the whole time, ever since I went in there and knocked out Pico, I thought for sure I'm next in line in it. Everything seemed to be going my way, but do you know what? Like, now I've had time to digest it and get back to work. It's kind of a perspective thing, and I'm working with like a performance coach now, and it's just like everything he's teaching me is just about forgetting about the bad and just focusing on what's next. And it's a perspective thing again, and it's like I could have went to Australia, fought a close fight with Volkanovski, and they could have robbed me. Who knows? But the way I'm looking at it is I might be able to headline the UK card, 5-rounder. Imagine a scenario where Volkanovski wins, retires, and then they make my fight the title fight. You just never know what's going to go on. I'm just staying prepared, staying ready, and I'll keep stacking up them wins.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo give their picks for Fighter of the Year.
Male Fighter of the Year for 2025. Is it Merab Dvalishvili, Islam Makhachev, or Petr Yan? I gotta give it to Petr Yan. I know a lot of people haven't given Merab because he's fought 4 times, but you're only as good as your last fight. What he was able to do, who he fought to get to the title, and then avenge the loss.
Merab not only fought 4 times, attempted to do something that no other champion has ever done before.
Did you get Fighter of the Year when you fought those 3 times and you won?
I should have.
Exactly.
I understand that, but who put that work in 2025? Just because he beat the guy doesn't necessarily warrant the Fighter of the Year.
Merab left 2025 without the belt, bro. So it's a simple fact.
Not champion of the year, fighter of the year.
I'm sticking with Petr Yan.
I'm going to give the award to Merab Dvalishvili.
Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker is set for UFC 327 on April 11th. Reyes had put together a 3-fight win streak before being knocked out by Carlos Ulberg in the first round this past September. Walker enters the matchup coming off a second-round TKO victory over Zhang Mingyang. Who do you guys got for this one? Post predictions in the comments. Ilia Topuria reflects on the year he's had in 2025. As most of you know, Ilia is currently going through a divorce and said he'll be temporarily stepping away from defending the lightweight title. So now Paddy Pimblett is fighting Justin Gaethje for an interim belt. Today he posted this to his Instagram. He said, "This year has been a journey full of great wins and also unexpected twists. Sometimes life pulls out of the script we had imagined. But it's precisely in those twists and turns where the most valuable lessons and the real surprises appear. I've learned to value every second with my family and never regret anything, because the best is always yet to come. And even though I've accomplished a lot this year, I know I'm not at my best yet. I'm more focused than ever in 2026. I will continue to do even bigger things. The best is yet to be written. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Bryce Mitchell suggesting that Jake Paul had something to do with Anthony Joshua's accident. The first one's from Longhorns 2005. It says, Bryce Mitchell been hitting the head too much. The second one's from Noel on the Moon. It says, good God, stop giving Bryce Mitchell spotlight. Dude is beyond stupid. And the final one's from Jay Fed. It says, can we all finally agree that Bryce Mitchell is bat crazy? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.